Well, if you don't want to listen to reason, that's your prerogative. I'm trying to save your life, but you don't want to listen to me because of your ego. I want everybody to pay attention to something. I want to take this particular moment to talk about Passport Bros, what they're doing, and the dangers that they're putting themselves in. Okay. I have been making a few videos because I'm a digital content creator, Colombian digital content creator, I should say. And Passport Bros are starting to have a new trend that could be very dangerous for them. Okay. One of the main things that I have always talked about is number one, the abuse of women, because certain passport bros are sex tourists who go to Colombia and they're deleting the women. Some have killed the women. Okay, they're saying little kids doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, getting into social trouble, into drugs and everything else. One of the new, and I will say this, like one of the new trends that they're starting to do, they're actually starting to mock the death of people in the Civil War. It is a civil war that is still going on. It's been since the 1960s. You have different militia groups that are so powerful that they almost overthrew the government in the 90s. Okay, both from the right side of politics and from the left side of politics. And what's happening is that they're starting to become very disrespectful, poking fun of the deaths of people. And all I'm saying is, hey, you guys shouldn't do that because these militia groups, they can take you out. They will take revenge. They will look for you. And because literally everybody in the country has had someone who has died, someone who has been kidnapped, someone who has had their arms and legs blown off. Okay, and because of these passport bros are being basically exposed by the Colombian people, because people are starting to wise up and we have the internet both in Spanish and English. They're starting to act like a bunch of little kids, rebellious. They're starting to act like colonialists from the 1500s, being racist, saying that they have more money, that they're more powerful than us, that they have more, they can take any woman that they want, yada yada yada. All I'm saying is be very careful, because these powerful militia groups, like the one behind me, okay, they're going to take notice of you. And once they take notice of you, they're going to get rid of you one way or another. Okay. I'm trying to help you, but since you don't want to be helped, because of your ego, because you think with the little head downstairs, not the one up top, and you want to take it as an offense, then yeah, that's basically your prerogative. Another trend that these passport bros are starting to do, because since they go down to Colombia because prostitution is legal, they're realizing that the city of Medellin, where they congregate, and also in the city of Cartagena, it's starting to become very influenced by the people who come in from Europe and from the United States, who have more money, and they realize the prices are changing. So some of these people, not all of them, they're starting to venture out into other cities. And what they don't realize is some of these women that they're dealing with, like you can see right here, from right behind this commander here of this particular group, which I cannot name because I can get myself into trouble, are they're militia fighters. Yeah, some of these women that they deal with are secretly militia fighters. I'm not saying that all of them engage into what has been legalized in the oldest form profession in the world, but yeah, they're starting to venture out and they're starting to mess with the wrong people. So this particular passport bro that I'm responding to right now, he took a picture with one of his girls in Cali, right? And this is what happened in Cali not too long ago. All right, there was a bombing, one of many, by the way, by certain militia groups whose name I cannot mention because it's dangerous for me and it's dangerous for him as well. If he keeps pushing the issue and he keeps being disrespectful about it, because he keeps talking about other things, and these groups will take notice. The city of Santiago de Cali, where my paternal side is from, I know that very well. Okay, there has been bombs placed in different areas, and certain militia groups are starting to attack the military because they have always been trying to overthrow the government. And these passport bros are so um, horny that they do not want to listen to reason. He thinks it's about macho-ness. He thinks it's about being a tough guy, telling me he has more money, telling me that he has more, he can pull a woman, and, why am I worried about him and everything else? Okay. If these people grab onto you, the US government is not going to save you. They will not give two pennies about you. Believe me, the US government is not going to save you, and the Colombian government is not going to save you. They're not going to risk their necks against militia groups that are strong enough to that these people, they take down planes. These people are so powerful that the cartels are afraid of them. This is not Mexico. In Mexico, okay, the most powerful groups, organizations that can resist the government and rebel against the government are the cartels. Okay, in Colombia, the cartels are afraid of these guys, of these militia groups, because in Colombia, the cartels are the middlemen. And I want to let you know that these are so powerful that the cartels will not do things that will break the rules, because in a way they work with them and sometimes ruled by them. And if they break the rules, they themselves can be taken out. These are how powerful these people are. So I'm trying to tell you in a nice way, but since you don't want to listen, I want to let everybody else know. Now, you're asking me, well, if Colombia's in a civil war, then why should I go? If you're a regular tourist, they're going to leave you alone. They're fighting for political ideology. Most of these people are not going to mess with the regular tourists. They don't want to, because number one, it's going to look bad upon them. They're trying to show the world that they can overthrow the government and install a certain type of government according to the ideologies. But there's different groups with different ideologies for trying to do that. If you want to go to the Guajira province and see the Native Americans, you can do that. They're going to leave you alone. If you go to the South, they're going to leave you alone. So, but there's certain areas where people cannot go to because there are obviously active combats. So, if you're just a regular traveler, and you're not these passport bros, or if you're just curious about the whole passport bro situation, I want to let you know that passport bros are really making a bad name for themselves. And they throw temper tantrums and they want to disrespect us, and they want to insult us, making threats, saying that they can take our women, that they have more money. You don't show up into another country that's not your own, especially a country that has a civil war. Oh no, imagine anybody going to Afghanistan during the war with Afghanistan, right? And you have hundreds of people that had died in front of a mass grave, and they're mourning, and then some type of passport bro just shows up. Imagine, not me, because I wouldn't do that, okay? But let's just imagine some passport bro just shows up and says, I don't care about these tests. I'm an American. I'm here for the women. How do you think the local people are going to feel? And imagine if the people will say, hey, you don't may not want to do that, because a lot of these people had died. They're the mothers and the sisters of certain groups that are considered terrorist groups by the United Nations, and he can come after you, and he still starts saying, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I'm more powerful. I have big pickles. I have a big wallet in my country. We fought for your right to be, for your freedom, or whatever. It has all these people saying that. How do you think it was going to happen? Don't you think that someone's going to tell that group, say, hey, this American came out of nowhere and he's poking fun of your grandma that had died? What do you think is going to happen with these guys that have grenades and Kalashnikovs and anti-tank missiles and everything else? What do you think is going to happen? Now imagine that in Colombia. Colombia is in a three-way civil war between different factions, many of them in the tens of the thousands, that almost overthrew the government. And that's not good. That's not good. So these people, they're literally flirting with that. I tried to tell him, I tried to tell Togi time, but he doesn't want to listen. He wants to come at me, well, why are you worried about my money? Why are you worried about my women? Can't you see I got women? They're going to come with me because, female nature and what all, being a misogynist. Okay, all right. The day that you get snatched up, the Colombian government is not going to help you. The day that you get snatched up, the United States government is not going to help you. Okay? And these guys are trained soldiers. Okay? They're trained for war. They're trained for torture, to get certain information out of people. They know how to do certain techniques that can make it very painful for you. Okay? And then you're going to wish that you're going to be unalive. You don't want to be caught in that situation. I have seen that with foreigners, by the way, before the passport bros came about. I have seen foreigners who have been captured by these groups. All right, I'm not going to name names because it can get me into trouble, but it won't be pretty. You're lucky if you make it home in pieces at all. All right, so this is a warning for everybody else. Please show this passes on and show it to everybody else and to these passport bros, okay? Because I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save you. I'm watching out for you and doing the best that I can for you. But you're taking this as an offense and getting offended because you're acting like little kids. And maybe this is the reason why you guys have to travel the world to other third world countries where people don't have as much power or economy. Why? Okay, maybe this is one of the reasons.